Let's talk about Westworld, girlies. So yeah, for this video, I'm probably going to be hopping around a little bit. I just want to talk about the big moments that happened and so we can get into it, okay? So first of all, Bernard, we finally get to see Bernard. We finally get to see Bernard! For real, this time. But he is in the sublime. Like, he's in the sublime. I love how they portrayed being in the sublime. I think it's perfect. That's exactly how I imagined like a world like that, a digital world like that. That's connected to your fucking mind, and you can make it whatever you want like that. It was great. But yeah, Bernard's talking to Akisha. I was so happy to see him. I was like, hey, what's up? His story was one of my most favorite stories of Westworld ever. Like Akisha, yeah, whatever. He's talking to Akisha, and this is where we learn a little bit more about the sublime. But essentially, Akisha was like, girl, you want to help the humans so bad, that's cute for you, baby. Bernard was like, girl, you gotta help me. And the host was like, Akisha was like, girl, that's I'm not doing that stupid shit. I'm not doing that shit. We also learned that 1 year in the real world is like a millennium in the sublime. So Bernard goes back to the real world, even though Akisha offers him like a place to just like, you could stay. Like, why not? Why go back to their world when you could just stay in ours? So he goes back, and Stubbs, I'm so happy to see Stubbs again. I love their relationship. Their friendship is so cute. It's just so cute. They're so sarcastic and funny. It's just great. It's just great. Their interactions are always fun. But yeah, so Stubbs calls Bernard's new ability the gift of prophecy, but and he also mentions that Bernard has been gone for years. So that means what? Thousands of years that he's been in Sublime, technically? You know what I mean? It's just like, whew, that's a lot. Yeah, like I said, Stubbs calls his gift, Bernard's new gift, the gift of prophecy. But this is from Screen Rant real quick. Dolores also uploaded the coveted Section 16 forged data containing information on Westworld's guests and Delos's quest for immortality, and every villain wants that juicy info. Basically, in the Sublime, they're running simulations. He was running simulations based off of the data that's already, existing about how the predictions about how the world will continue, predictions about how the world, it just different timelines, different scenarios, different possible scenarios. And that's kind of how he has this quote unquote gift of prophecy, right? We'll come back to this whole situation with Frankie and the blood on the bear and Carver and all that shit a little bit later on, but that shit was crazy. That shit was absolutely crazy. So Maeve and Caleb enter the park, and in the beginning, before they even went to the park, before they even did that shit, they were like, girl, is this a trap? And we already knew that it is. And the reason I knew that it was, well, before we even talk about that, I love how they replayed like the old they replayed old storylines that we saw in previous seasons as new ones with like knockoff versions of the characters that we already knew. Because the Hector and Armistice whole thing, the robbery that played out, I think in season 1 or some shit. That whole thing, but they put new faces onto it. But the entire point of Maeve and Caleb doing this shit and being at the Mariposa and all that shit is just so that the Undertaker, but like the Westworld employees can take like they can pretend like they dead, so that they can the Westworld employees take them to like where everything is being controlled underground, right? This whole scenario with Bernard and Stubbs and everything just basically sums down to this: like, they meet up with someone from the Resistance. Bernard tells her that the hosts that he killed previously, because I was like, damn, Bernard killing people now? I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. But he tells her that the hosts that he killed were coming to drag the shit out their ass, drag the shit out their little Resistance, their little group. So, but he ends up saying, look, after a little scuffle or whatever, he ends up saying, hey, I can help you and your group find what you're looking for. And she takes him up on the offer, even though she wants them both to zip tie themselves or whatever. She wants her gun back. But I just find it really weird that this resistance group does not have a way to check to see if people are hosts. Like, bitch, you're resisting. You think that people are infiltrating and taking over or whatever, or hosts are infiltrating, taking over. And you mean to tell me that y'all don't have a fucking way to see if whoever you're talking to is a host or not? Like, I don't understand why y'all don't have that shit, but whatever, that happens. So switching back to Frankie found the real Carver's body and told her mom. Now I'm telling you right now, it should not. I don't know why that host was so sloppy with the killing. Like, what's going on? If you're gonna replace Carver, you should be really not sloppy. You should be really clean about the way that you get rid of this body. But Frankie finds him, tells her mom, and it's just. That scene was so motherfucking tense. It's just interesting the hoops that Will and that Man in Black, y'all know who I'm talking about. Man in Black and Dolores Hale or whatever are going through to get at Caleb. It's like if you replaced, well, I don't know. It's just the whole thing is interesting. I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely fucking love this episode. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But Maeve and Caleb are now underground, walking around. And it was at this point I was like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, you mean to tell me that they're just fucking waltzing around in the basement of Westworld, like where we had season 1, season 2, season 3, like where we seen everything. Like, I was like, ain't no security gonna come up today. They just waltzing around. Like, if you just see random hosts walking the fuck around, I'm sure the employees would be like, yo, what the hell's going on? You know, but so then an alarm goes off. But then we realized that it's just another game. And I was like, okay, makes sense. I was like, all right. I was like, okay, y'all almost had me. But Maeve says it's just another level of the game. And Caleb is like, bitch, what game are you talking about? Like, and then Maeve gonna say, oh, the Westworld massacre. And I was like, of course. It was a good way to have us relive some of the scenes from season 1, season 2, season 3, whatever. While also, you know, not making a carbon copy of everything, right? But of course Westworld would make a game out of the Westworld massacre. Like, why wouldn't the park do that? Why wouldn't they do that? Of course they would do that. And I thought that was a brilliant way to have us relive some of the scenes, because I was like, oh, how are they gonna do this? I love seeing Bonnie from How to Get Away with Murder talking about, oh, this is so cathartic. And the knockoff Dolores coming through the smoke. Oh, that was so delicious. That was so delicious. I loved it because I remember the feelings that coursed through my body when I saw actual Dolores come through and come for the tape for Mesa. I was like, yes, God. So I just loved that. And how she was shot in the same place that she was before. You know, it was just lovely. It was just lovely. So Maeve says, like, this is not the level that we need. We need to go underneath the level. She got shot. It was crazy. But she's like, we need to go another level under. And this is when we start to see really what the hell's going on. And it was at this point that I was like, okay, where the hell is the security? Where the hell is it? Why are they just walking around, waltzing around? Like it's no problem. And this was the moment for me, because I was like, okay, I get that there's no security above, but below, like, you know, where the actual experiments are going on, like there should be heavy security. And there was. It just came a little bit later. So we start to see, like I said, these fly experiments, they're infecting the flies with some shit. We got black brain goo that they're also fucking with the flies about. Then we have, so we see this entire screen of experiments, and I thought, and Maeve thought as well, that they were human beings. I thought that they were humans, girl, and they were experimenting, the company's experimenting on these humans to try and control them, right? And so we see Frankie, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, did Carver really get her ass? Like, did they get their ass? That's immediately. I was like, Carver got their ass, kidnapped her, used her as leverage to get to Caleb in some way, and at the behest of Hale and Man in Black. Y'all already know. So I see this shit, and I'm just like, yo, this shit is crazy. My heart's beating. I'm like, yo, it's Frankie, and I was like, y'all are getting me to care about this Caleb character. I was like, wow, y'all are doing it. You're giving me a reason to give a fuck about this man. You know, and it's just like, Maeve could not get them fucking doors open. He was just like, yo, this is absolutely crazy. Frankie, please don't do this shit. Please. I was like, oh my God, is Westworld really going to kill this kid in front of me? Like, is this what's going to happen? And then, so yeah, Maeve is trying hard to open the doors. And of course, the fact that they open at the end of it, it really makes... It just confirms the fact that William and Dolores have really, and Hale, you know what I'm talking about, Dolores Hale, really have a way to keep Maeve out, because before she couldn't open the doors at all, but now the last part with Frankie, she could open the doors. You know, they have a way to fight against Maeve's powers. They do, and they use it every time they get, every chance they get. That's it, you know. So she opens up the doors, and we think, oh my God, he saved her. Oh my God, yes, Caleb saved Frankie. Blah 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 blah. Bitch, Frankie's a motherfucking host. Frankie's a motherfucking host. I was like, yo, what the fuck, bro? And then it's crazy that I saw the face opening and the flies escaping in the promo, but I did not connect the dots until literally after I saw this. I was like, oh my God, that was in the promo. I didn't even, like, what? It was just so good. She was just like, Hale says she needs you only, sweetie, and not me. She needs you, not me. She's not mommy. And we realized that, you know, Frankie and her real mom, real Frankie and real mom got away. You know, she shot his ass in the head, covered in the head, and got away. So it's just absolutely crazy. I'm wondering what Hale needs with Caleb. Caleb has been a centerpiece for season 3 as well, and I think it has to do with the fact that he's like an outlier. Didn't they call him like an outlier or some shit like that? So maybe if Hale's flies, Hale's mind control, all that shit works on him, then she knows for sure it's gonna work on everybody else. You know, I don't know. But Hale ends up saying that from what I can remember, I think she ends up saying that she's going to do this to all humans. Like, she's going to infect them with these nasty ass, disgusting ass flies. One crawls in his ear, and that shit was nasty. The man in black shows up to drag the shit out of Maeve. And, you know, the first time she fights him and shoots him, I was like, this shit was way too easy. It's not going to be that simple, baby. And she should have known that. You've been living in Westworld. I've just been watching it, Maeve. You should have known that was way too easy to defeat the man in black, bitch. Another man in black gonna show up and toss her ass to the motherfucking ground, bitch. I was like, yo, Maeve is in trouble. Maeve is fucked. And that's my good sis. Y'all need to get her out of there. She was on this Moses arc, and y'all, come on now, get her ass up. Get her ass up, escorting this white man around. Get her ass up. But anyway, so Maeve is fucked. Caleb is fucked. She got control of all their ass. That's it. I mean, maybe Bernard is their last. I don't know what is about to happen. We don't even know what's going on with Christina. So yeah, this episode was absolutely delicious. It was absolutely wonderful, beautiful to watch. Especially like I said, some of those scenes that Mary posted, some of those scenes, the Dolores scenes, it was great. The fake Dolores scene, you know what I mean? It was great. So let me know what y'all think about to happen, because this shit is a mess. I love the fact that instead, because Dolores, Hale, and fucking Man in Black could have knocked out Maeve and Caleb when they were on the train. They could have shot their ass up as soon as they arrived at Westworld. But they had this whole elaborate trap for their ass, and that was it. And I like that they did that. That's what it's okay to take those liberties in the show. It's all right, because it was executed well. We all know that Hale and the Man in Black could have got their ass as soon as they probably fought the first hosts. That politician and his wife. I feel like, you know, they could have got him right there, but Hale obviously has bigger plans, and I want to know what they are. Okay? So yeah, that's it. Love y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all later.